Hi guys, so here we are on episode 5, video 5 of our Getting Started Shopify Do-It-Yourself tutorial. Today we're going to look at some of the final steps. We're going to look at setting up the payment processing, setting up the shipping, the taxes, that sort of stuff so that you can launch your site. In the last episode, we're going to show you how to process an order so that you can run your site. Okay, let's go back over to our trial here. So this is our admin, and you've seen this many times before. Well, what we're going to look at today is all in the settings. So in settings, we're going to run down this list here. So let's start with our general. This is some basic stuff like what is the name of the store. This is going to appear when we set up our payment processing. You'll see this be used. You'll see this used on the packing slips. You'll see this be used in various email templates. So whatever your store name is, put it there. Email and customer email, these are the addresses that both Shopify will see to contact you if they have any issues, and also that your customers will see as a return email address. The legal name of the business, again, this populates in the payments and taxes and stuff like that. So you need to get that right. Telephone number, address, etc., etc. You can have this in pounds or kilograms. You can set your time zone. And you can change the currency of your website. I can't change the currency of the website because I've already connected Shopify payments. But before you do the payment processing, you can change that if you want to work in dollars or Canadian dollars or pounds. You can set that all up. So let's have a look now at payments. So a couple of things to note about payments. The big thing to remember about payments is that Shopify also do merchant processing through Stripe. If you do not accept and activate the Shopify payments as an option, they will charge you a 2% transaction fee on every transaction, whether it's done through credit card, whether it's done through PayPal, or whether it's done through Net30 or check or some offline payment method. If it comes through the checkout process, it will be charged a 2% fee. My advice, unless you've got a really good reason why not, set up Shopify payments. Once you set up Shopify payments, it doesn't matter how the payment comes to you, there will be no transaction fee. Okay, of course, Shopify do charge you standard merchant processing fees. There's something like 2.9% plus 30 cents a transaction. But that's going to be pretty close to whatever else you can get through any other payment processor. And let's say that even if they're a percentage point higher, the reality is the transaction fee is 2%. So it's clearly going to be cheaper to accept Shopify payments. So you want to set up your Shopify payments, and if you wish to accept PayPal, you can set up PayPal. Typically, I find about 50% of my customers check out through PayPal. It's definitely worth having, I think. You can set up Amazon payments if you want. I've never personally tried it. You can do various alternative payments, and particularly useful one is these manual payments methods. Let's say, for example, you're a wholesale and you want to set up a Net30. You can actually create a new payment method here. They have a couple already made that you could turn on, but you can create a new one entirely. I'm going to actually make a new one, and I'm going to call it just test checkout, so that next time when we come and we process our first order, I don't have to put a credit card in there. Okay, so that's an offline payment method that I've just created there. Okay, now what happens when they're paid? We can automatically capture payments, and this is typically for the credit card. Do we want to capture the payments, or do we want to manually capture them? The difference really comes down to whether you are confident that you're always going to have the products in stock. If you are confident that your stock keeping is going to be good and that you're only selling products that you have and you're capable of shipping, then you may as well automatically capture payments. You can always do refunds. If you're not confident, then click manually capture. What that means is there'll be another process when you do the order of actually capturing the payment of the customer's credit cards. Okay, so that's your payments. Checkout. So you can change the logos and things in the theme, and you can do that. You can get to that by clicking Customize Checkout. Do you want customers to be able to have accounts? Typically, I would say accounts are optional. If you're a B2B wholesale business, you might want to say accounts are required, or some sort of membership club or something like that. If you are purely retail and you don't want customers to be able to log in and whatever, then just click accounts are disabled. It's no big deal. Okay. The form for checkout, basically, do you require the last name only, or the last name and the first name? Do you want to have a company name? And typically I click that as optional. Address line 2, is that it's optional. Phone number, do you want to collect the phone number? Some people optional or even required if it's a business. Order processing, when the customer is checking out, do we want to assume that the billing address is also the shipping address? The customer will be able to change that, but it will fill it in automatically for them. Typically, that's a good thing to do. If they abandon their checkout, do you want to send them an email reminder saying, hey, look, you put some stuff in your shopping cart. Why don't you, are you sure you don't want to check them out? That's typically, I always check those. Collecting consent, does the customer agree to receive promotional emails by default, or does the customer not agree by default? It's just a question of whether that checkbox is checked or unchecked by default. The customer can obviously change it. After an order has been paid, do we want to automatically fulfill the line items? If you have that and you have payments that are automatically accepted, that means that a credit card order will go all the way through the process and appear to have been fulfilled and shipped. That's that's not a particularly, unless you're doing something very specific, I wouldn't go there. Do not automatically fulfill any of the ordered line items. It would be my check, and then you will have to go in and fulfill them. After the order has been fulfilled and paid, automatically archive it. So the order's still there to look at, but it's out of your system. I would check that. Okay, nothing other than this saves until you click save. Shipping. This is a little bit more complicated, okay? Well, I'm not going to be using Shopify to do the shipping per se. We have our own systems, but you can set up Shopify and do a credit card and set them up to do the shipping for you. What is important is that you have your shipping zones. You cannot check out with Shopify unless there is a valid shipping method for the address that you've put in there. So in this particular case, it says ground shipping $0 to $25, $2.95, free shipping $25 and up for the domestic US market. Canada's got a shipping rate of $15, and the rest of the world has a shipping rate of $20. So let's have a look and see how we can change that. What about if we want to change this to $75? Okay, quite simple. Free shipping, minimum order 75, maximum order infinity, shipping cost 0. Now the problem is that we've now left a big gap between 25 and 75. So let's add a shipping rate. So we want to do it based on either order price or weight. In this case, I'm going to go order price. I'm going to call it standard shipping. And I'm going to put it at $25 up to $75. And we're going to go for $4.95. Okay, so now for the domestic services, we have 3 rates: under 25, between 25 and 75, 75 and up. Let's just, for the sake of argument, assume that we want to set up a special rate for the United Kingdom. So let's add a new zone. So if I want United Kingdom, I just click on it here. Okay, and then I give it a name. I call it UK, save it. Okay, so now I have a shipping zone called the UK. I don't have any rates in it yet, so let's add a rate. Let's give it a flat rate based on order price. UK shipping. And let's say 0 to infinity, that covers everything. And I'm going to say $10. Okay, so you can see how you can build different shipping profiles for different zones. Okay, these can get pretty complicated. These can get pretty complicated. And here we have on some of the higher level accounts, you can click up carrier activated, so it's picking it up from UPS automatically. The standard basic Shopify account does not allow you to do that, and you have to have your weights and dimensions accurately entered in order to get accurate rates. Okay, so that is shipping. Taxes, this will be filled in automatically for you based on the address that you put into the system. So here it's going to show here it's going to show the United States as a general at 0, but if I click into it, I think I had Florida in there marked. So yeah, it's showing Florida at 6%, and it did that automatically. If you want to override it, you can override it there and set them manually. Notifications. So notifications are the various emails that the system generates for the customers and for you in admin when it's shipped and all the rest of it. So you can click into these and you can see them and you can edit them. Okay, so you can see it's all written in Liquid, so you have to know your HTML a little bit, but if you want to edit these, get yourself a sample one so you can see what the end result was and then come and have a look at it. Gift cards will not exist in the default basic Shopify account. Now you have to have the higher level account for that. This is where you can set up gift cards if you have the account and you wish to. Files are where you can upload assets basically that you can then use in articles, or I believe you can sell them electronically. And your basic account information, this is where you're going to add your credit card before you can go live. Okay, so before you go live, you're going to add that. The one thing that's important to say as well is the other thing that you have to do before you go live, after you've added your credit card, is go to your online store, the online store, and set up your domain. Until you set up your domain, your site won't go live. You can't set up your domain until you've activated your account and picked a plan. Okay, in the next and final getting started video, we're going to look at what actually happens when you get an order. Okay, thank you.